Hello. Hold on a sec here. Yeah, fucked it up. There we go. Hello. My monitor was turned off. You know what? Let me just quickly shut off the game. Actually, it's running in the background. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the stream. Friday night. Sorry for the weird start. That's me. I quit because the game keeps blaring in the background, and I actually don't mind restarting the game cold boot because I want you guys to see the cutscene at the start. Cool. All right. So how's it going, everyone? Derek, congratulations for being first. You are not to be denied tonight. Audie accepted her fate. She already knew coming in that she was not first tonight. It's all good. Thank you both for coming in early. And Gamer Scoop, hello to you. Thank you for coming in nice and early as well. No congrats needed. I'm very humble and gracious in victory. I'm the most humble chatter in this stream. Why you laugh? I'm just in a laughing mood. What can I say? Wasn't it someone who was just like, "I'm the humblest champion that ever lived"? I think it was Israel Adesanya who said that in one of his pre-fight interviews before fighting Alex. Happy Morbs Day. How was work? Work was okay. I found it very hard to concentrate today, being Friday and no meetings, and yeah, the peer reviews looming over my head like a dark cloud, and I actually still haven't done my peer reviews. I was drawing a blank. I was checking the list of people. I only have 4 peer reviews to do this season, but each one of these dudes, I was drawing a blank. So they always say, "Oh, the deadline's this day," but in actuality, you know, they have a big grace period. So as long as I think you do it over the weekend, I should be fine. So yeah, and then I puttered around a bit. I even tried to do some naughty lunchtime gaming with the game we're playing tonight, but there were major server issues. So there you go. How was your Friday, Derek? And how was everyone's Friday? Derek, I know you shared some news with me about that job offer that you mentioned last night, and I'm sure you'll sleep very well with your decision. I believe it's the right choice. So let me chat's going quite brisk. So let me just make sure I'm on top of things. Sure, Derek was my other Twitch name. That's why you're always trying to be first. You haven't done them. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm bad. I'm a bad boy. I just left a hot girl stream for you, Mac. Oh, did you now? Do tell, Tyrant Rex. Is this somebody we should raid later tonight? I wasn't streaming, Rex. Oh, look at that. Kidding. Yeah, I didn't see Audie streaming. I'd still be in your stream if you were hottie. Yeah, I had to write a couple super awkward emails. Yeah, one to the people you turned down, and I guess one to your manager to let them know that you're staying put, and that you don't want to like put the axe to those freelancers. She was shaking her bits at us. I thought I was in a Duke Nukem game passing bills out. Oh dear God. It was that good, eh, Tyrant? Why, Derek? What was Duke say in Duke Nukem 3D? Shake it, baby. There we go. Shake it, baby. Well, here we are again. End of the week. Man, it was a fast one. Fastest week ever. Seriously. But I hope your Fridays were good. Derek made some moves at his workplace. You know, kind of practiced his negotiating chops. Derek and Mac are my boys. I'll dip for y'all at any time. Oh, well, thank you, Tyrant. You're always welcome here. And I hope your late night stream ended quite well last night. You were playing Doom 2. And you were huffing and puffing a little bit. Spacebar. Take those dollars. Tyrant Rex keeping fit while slaying demons. I got 50 setup penalties on my one level. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, Lena was working you good. That she was. Well, what's going on for the weekend? More streaming for most of you. Audie, doing any streams this weekend? How am I gonna slay demons if I can't hold my BFG? That is quite the big gun. I do remember being pretty let down. I probably wasn't the only one when I saw the Doom movie starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and they pulled out the BFG for that one scene, and it was just like, is that it? Yeah, they whipped it out for one scene, and he missed. He shot the BFG, and he missed. I work this weekend, but I'll be moving on to the controversial Doom 3. Ooh, the controversy. Yes. That'll be great. I'll for sure be checking out some of your Doom 3 streams. I've stalled out a bit on my Doom 3 playthrough. Not anything to do with Doom. Nothing against Doom 3. It's just that I got so much gaming that I'm juggling. It's kind of stupid. Call me out like that? If I'm not tired, like I've been this whole week, yes, more RE2. Excellent. BFG edition, we won't have any flashlight fights. Yes, that is a very good thing about the BFG edition. You just get the flashlight attached to every weapon. No need to make those hard decisions of having a flashlight or just shooting into the darkness. If I do the original Doom 3, it will be a flashlight only run. Oh geez. Well, good luck with that. I would probably recommend the BFG edition for everyone's sanity. Let's see here. News. I got no real news to share. Elon is still cleaning house over at Twitter, and I've seen people just prematurely just leave Twitter, and I don't quite know where all that stuff's coming from, but I'm just gonna keep using it for now. I mean, all this stuff doesn't really affect me. I'm such a casual user of Twitter, and I don't quite understand how Twitter ended up staffing up so many people. You know, they fired like laid off and fired thousands upon thousands of workers across the globe, and I just don't understand why this simple app requires so much manpower behind it. It just kind of boggles. And yeah, Twitter itself is just like this weird marvel of how does this thing still exist after all these years. Also, y'all, the lobster onesie has been ordered. Oh my goodness. Notice that Audie always talks snarky to me. I think she likes me. Thanks to Rex, I talk that with everyone. Cast it into the fire, Elon. Destroy it. Yeah, your hot stuff. We know you want to bite my buns harder than those character demons did. No. Well, I very much look forward to seeing that lobster onesie. Are you going to be? Maybe it's too early to say, or maybe not. Are you planning to do some kind of? I mean, the lobster onesie in itself is an event, I would say. But do you plan to maybe build an event around wearing the lobster onesie, like maybe like a longer stream, or is this something else? I'm curious. Maybe it's a surprise. I'm prepped for AudiCon. Yeah, I think lobster onesie is step 1, and then step 2 is the announcement, like the date and location announcement for AudiCon, right? This the road to AudiCon 2023. It's part of the hype machine. I have no ideas. For the 1 year. When is your 1 year stream anniversary? Stream anniversary. She needs to sit in a jacuzzi while wearing it. Boiled lobster. No, you need the butter. You have to work in the melted butter. Hey, Skinny, welcome in. Sup? January 11th. Wow, that's coming up. Ooh, so exciting. Anniversary stream. Featuring lobster onesie. Don't tempt me to butter her up. Skinny. How's your night going, Skinny? How was Dead by Daylight? Sorry I didn't stick around longer to harass you on your stream. Delgado Salvadore. Bienvenidos. Skinny. Well, it's so good to have all you guys hang out here this Friday night. Thank you so much. Who here knows much about the game being played tonight? Darktide. BRB, okay, Audie. Hope to see you later. It's the third game in a series by a company called Fat Shark. They've made 2 other games called Vermintide 1 and 2. They're basically Left 4 Dead style games, but done in the Warhammer fantasy universe. And Darktide is simply the Warhammer 40,000 version of Vermintide. She's long gone. Warhammer 4K, I'm ready to get super nauseated. LFG. Looking for group? I know knowing about Warhammer. You know the known knowns, right? no knowing. Oh, no, nothing. Okay, yeah. Typos. Oh man, I remember that stuff. Donald Rumsfeld, the unknown unknowns. Classic. Some say he's still knowing till this day. Well, to know someone is quite the thing, I hear. All right. There's a bunch of things I wanted to show you in the game that I've already seen. Like, I've already created my first character in the game and gone through the early tutorials and all that jazz. I'm ready to hop into my first mission, but there's actually the opening cutscene, which I want to show off to you guys. And I probably want to just play through the prologue with a second character just to show you guys how the whole thing's set up. Had to let the dogs back in. Who let the dogs in? Who? Exactly. Thank you for the bits, Audie. Thank you for the cheer. You summoned Pete Weber to the stream. Always a welcome sight. Are we going to blow the legs off some orcs with our Daka? I don't know for sure if there's gonna be orcs, Tyrant. No promises. There's gonna be heretics, but you know, heretics take many different forms in this universe. I thought Warhammer was rats, not orcs. You're talking about the Skaven, Skinny. Skaven are more part of the Warhammer fantasy universe. No orcs, that's heresy. Pardon me. I got the baby burps again. Okay. Let me fire up the game right now. It takes a while to load sometimes. And then we'll just go from there. This is one of those games that has like its own little launcher window thingamajig. You always have to click through. Okay, there we go. And it's using easy anti-cheat. So it's yeah, I got a nice rootkit installed in my PC probably. It's all good. Oh, thanks for the redeem, Audie. Cheers. Tiny little tin cup. Skinny, you're awesome. Skinny is awesome. Okay. Let me make sure you guys are seeing this stuff here. Okay, we're seeing it. Cool. And you should be really seeing it now. Here we go.
It is the 41st millennium. For 10,000 years, the Imperium has dominated the galaxy.
There we go.
There is only war.
Everyone's a big time streamer. His fingers gloves are amazing.
Every human soul.
Well, thank you.
From the most highborn lord to the
love
most
the
basic servitor.
Fingerless gloves.
Is dedicated
The derelict
to the
look,
service
right?
of the God Emperor of mankind.
What is this? Wait. Hey, Lazy, welcome in. Is this 40k? Yes,
the
indeed.
Imperium's battle
Yes,
fleets
sir.
and armies, from the conscripted soldiers of the Astra Militarum to the elite space marines of the Adeptus Astartes. Keep humanity safe from alien threats and cosmic horrors beyond imagining.
Cosmic horrors beyond imagining.
But there is another war. It is the one in which I serve.
Commence war translation.
Kansas anymore.
Our war is not one of battlefields and fleet engagements. It is waged by the dedicated agents of the Imperial Inquisition. It is fought in the cities and hives.
That's the
of
grandma
the
from Futurama.
In the back streets and the forgotten sublevels. In hive cities like Tertian.
We are surrounded! Don't get overrun! Look! Through this door!
Damn broken doors.
For if the Inquisition fails, if we fail, the Imperium falls with us.
So, yeah. I wanted to show you guys that cutscene. I needed to restart the game in order for that to play. So, that whole cutscene reminds me of classic Blizzard cutscenes, doesn't it? Just like the quality and the cinematography and overall direction. Awesome. Lazy, once again, welcome in. What kind of game is this, Mac? Darktide is like the third game in a series from kind of like a smaller studio called Fat Shark. They made Vermintide 1 and 2, and they're all kind of in the style of Left 4 Dead, so they're horde style co-op games. And these guys have just made that game within the Warhammer universe. So the first two games are in the fantasy Warhammer universe, and this is the first game they've done in 40k, right? So essentially Vermintide in 40k, in the 40k universe, 40k skin. Yeah, the intro is fucking dope, right? Really brings back memories of old Blizzard. This game and world has Mac written all over it. I made this game, Skitty. Dude, these dudes are all dead. Yeah. That's life in Warhammer 40k. You're just grinded up into meat for the God Emperor. Here's my Zealot Preacher, level 1. Haven't done Dilly Squat with him yet. What I want to show you guys, though, is that they have a full-on character creator. Unlike the Vermintide games, which you just kind of pick a pre-made class. Like, if you're playing Diablo, you just pick a class and it's pre-made, and you just jump into the game. Here, you actually customize your character. So I'm going to create an operative because I wanted to actually also create a veteran sharpshooter. So you got a choice of 4 main classes. Sorry, let's go. Veteran sharpshooter. He's the gun guy, right? Long range gun guy. Zealot preacher. They're kind of like frontline, melee, and gunfighters. So they're kind of all round warrior class, I suppose. Psyker. Your wizards. Apparently, the catch with these guys is like anytime you use a spell, you build up a meter that's basically like your corruption. So if you get maximum corruption, you'll take damage, and you have a chance of maybe like spawning in some demons or something like that. He's the most complicated class to play, apparently. And then finally, you have Ogren, who is your typical. I mean, just look at this guy. He's the guy who's meant to tank damage, right? And apparently, there are ways to sort of like do little like sub specializations with each of these main classes. And of course, in the future, they're probably gonna release like a new class every 2 or 3 months or something. Cool. You can read some descriptions, what they do. So it's very much like a action RPG as well. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and create the veteran. And here, this is new as well with Vermintide. You're able to build a backstory for your character. I don't think it really does much in terms of gameplay, but it just affects like what your character will say while you're playing. Like, because there'll be banter between the characters. So they went through the trouble of building all these different lines of dialogue, depending on how you what choices you make here. So I have really like no idea. Like, I went through this last night with my first character. I chose Messalina Gloriana for my first character, and I was kind of interested in Cadia. Formerly the Imperium's most famous fortress world, its fall marked the beginning of the era Indominatus, the Dark Imperium. So let's go for this one. And then you get to choose a childhood. I'm a soldier, right? I'm like your rank and file disposable soldier. So, let's see, what makes sense? I could be an orphan, a militia lackey, or a defender. To be born on a fortress world is to be indoctrinated into a militarized life at the earliest age. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Like, you're from the time I was born, I was just like bred to be a soldier. That's cool. I like that. I get it, Mac. I'm buying it now. You have already sold it. Oh, geez. Damn. I should have did like some kind of like promotion with these guys or something. Well, good to know, ladies. I mean, like these games thrive on having a player base, so it's awesome that you're jumping in. The sacrifice class, a character class that puts all his cards into self-sacrificing themselves for the betterment of their squad. Were you saying the Ogren was looking cuddly, Tyrant? Oh, I want you to be a random lackey. That is just cannon fodder. Well, you know, technically I am. Most of the Warhammer 40k stories are so much centered around Space Marines and Inquisitors that they're just so high up on the food chain compared to the Guardsmen that for once you're playing Guardsmen now. So growing up, this is like when I'm in high school or something. Enlisted, Hive Ganger. So I could have had a criminal past, run with some gangs, comfort through discipline. There's a lot of backstories. Conscripted. I'm not gonna read all these because I'm just gonna like be super dry. My water is not gonna last at all. A lot of these look very similar though. Witness to a crime. Some of these are different from the other character I made. Unpaid debt. So, I mean, the Guardsmen have their heroes too. Yes, they do. I actually have been meaning to read the whole series that Dan Abnett did. He does a lot of stories about the Guardsmen, right? I haven't got around to reading those, but fun fact, Dan Abnett is the writer for this game. They went to the trouble of getting one of the top novelists for the 40k universe to work on this game. So they're serious. They're serious about this shit. I'm gonna go for Hive Ganger just because it sounds kind of cool. I kind of like know both sides of the coin. I used to run with the gangs, but now I'm working for the Emperor. So yeah, let's do it. Defining moment. You've been through a lot. The struggle you called life demanded it, but through all the hardships and all the triumphs, one incident stands out in your memory, which has shaped you more than anything. Oops. I didn't mean to skip. There we go. I was recruited. Saved by the Sarge. Field promotion. This is kind of boring looking. Duel. Despite attempts by the authorities that crack down on them, honor duels remain a popular, if deadly, method of settling disputes through the... Oh, I like that. Warp Storm. These defining moments are also kind of vague. You know, they're just describing something, but it's like, okay, did that happen to me? Or like, what's the deal here? They're gonna have one called Puberty, and they just describe puberty. Was like, yeah, I guess that was my defining moment, wasn't it? Elite Formation. Jesus Christ. A couple of these sound very... I gotta choose Duel. I mean, you just go for the one that kind of catches your attention first, right? And that's usually a good policy. Duel. All right. So, I'll be a lady, actually, since I made a dude the first time out. You can get an idea of, like, dude looks like this. Oh, look at that. Look at that mustache. Quite attractive. Okay, I'll go for... Oh. What happened to the first lady? Okay. We are gonna do... Oh, yeah, this... Hey, kids! Welcome in! Photorealistic nipples to the shirt. TOS violation, TOS violation. They're covered. They're covered, Tyrant. There's fabric over them nips. They're just straining a bit against the fabric, but technically I'm in the clear. I met the butterfly girl and I was about to beat her first try. Oh, damn, kids. If you beat her first try, it would have been I would have been your fan for life because I spent like 2 hours or if not more trying to beat Lady Butterfly. Damn that game. Mac the Faithbringer. I think bro was packing. Sheesh. Avert your eyes. She had a face only the Imperium could love. Her face was shaped by the Imperium. Let's just say that. There's a randomization button. So, oh, damn. I like how you do the randomization and they show you a palette of all the variations of the same randomized. They kind of like run the gamut of like, I guess, your typical ethnicities in a way. Like, yeah, I get kind of Asian face. It's like, let's do some more randomizations. She looks kind of cool. My first character also had like eyes that don't match. So let's go for something different. Yeah, the randomizer is not bad. I just want to fix. Ooh. Head is too big. Something's weird about this face. Let me just do a few more pulls. Oh, it's gonna go in a circle now. Feels like. It's only so many variations it's giving me now. I think I'm just gonna go for. Yeah, there's only so many that they do. You know, I'm just gonna have to like mold the rest. Skin color is fine. Skin color is fine on this one. Eye color. Yeah, we want the eyes matching this time. There we go. What's this one? Ooh. Let's just go like that. So I don't know why that sounded funny to me. This that new shiz? Asian face. I was so close, and now the second try is like I'm a whole different person. I don't know how I was doing so good that try. I hate when it happens, kids. Your first attempt at a boss, you're doing great, and then every subsequent attempt, it's like you're going downhill. You're regressing or something. I know that feeling well. This character creation alone is straight fire. Well, everyone's getting crazy about this game. We haven't seen the game. It looks so good. That was skinny. That's why I could never play Baldur's Gate. I'd never get out of character creation. I'm gonna be as brisk as possible. I could agonize over this shit for a good 30 minutes, if not more. I mean, you should have seen me when I was playing Cyberpunk. That took like at least 30 minutes. But they simplify things. Like, you're not adjusting brow depth or like jowls. Yeah, that's when it gets ridiculous, right? It's like, adjust your jowls and your cheekbone, and then you just have a helmet on the whole time. I mean, this is very similar. Like, I'm just gonna have like stuff on my head at some point, I'm sure. I'm not a fan of these hairstyles. I don't want to be old and gray. Sorry, I need to be just like. I have red hair. I think reddish. Yeah, reddish hair. Let's go for the red hair. Some of these go for a bit more feminine style. Don't want like the buzz cuts. This is too much of a. I kind of think this is cool. The way like it's gonna shave down in the front there. I kind of like that. Okay, winner. No facial hair. Scarring. I think she has too many scars, even for 40K. Oh, those are just like tattoos. Okay. We go for some. Can I zoom out? Yeah, I can. There we go. She's built, huh? Yeah. Well, based on my character history, It's no surprise. Rough upbringing. Oh shit. The highlight is a little hard to see when I'm highlighting the various tiles here. Oh boy, yeah. Tattoos. I think I should have just left it on the default. I don't want a tattoo that makes it look like I'm trying too hard. Yeah, this is one I'm definitely trying too hard. This is just like a number. Okay. Oh, this is nice and subtle. Just a little like flare beneath the left eye. Okay, let's go for that. Body tattoos, don't care. Scars, we already got rid of the scars. Height. Want to be a little bit taller than average. Just a little. How's that? Okay. And then we're done. So that's pretty quick. Not too bad. Thanks for reminding me I need Baldur's Gate 3. That game has been in beta for like 3 years or something at this point, hasn't it? But it looks very good. Looks very, very good. Give her all the scars for science. I think I love some bodies. Oh, wait, I took away all the scars, didn't I? Yeah. Those nipples are quite prominent, aren't they? Yeah, Tyrant, you had a good point there, but I'm still safe. I'm still safe. Max is a heavyweight champion. Bald man's gape. So we get to choose her personality.
I watched the world die.
Oh, damn.
8,000 years of defiance gone in an eye blink. With it went some of the finest soldiers I had the honor to serve alongside. Not for glory, not for victory, not even for defiance, but because sooner or later, the void swallows everything. I learned something that day. No world, no bestie, and maybe no faith is impregnable.
Some true glass
The
cutters.
agents
Oh dear.
of the enemy are everywhere. Watching, plotting, waiting. Only thing to be done with heresy is to root it out with fire and steel.
Quite intense.
Just another day in the Imperial Guard. Only, I'm not even part of the Guard any longer. Not since that business with the Commissar, the Court-Martial and the holding cell. Now I'm part of this merry band of maniacs, for better or worse. Still figuring out what that means exactly. But most of it seems to be putting the booting on the Emperor's enemies, and not getting executed for meeting the wrong stair funny. So I guess I'm better off. At least. So long as the ammo and grub doesn't run out.
Another day, another set of useless bloody orders from some useless bloody carker sitting safe in planetary orbit, while I'm down here in the mud, trying not to get my block knocked off. Just my corking luck. I mean, it wasn't my fault that a few things went missing from the stores now, was it? If they were needed for the war effort, then the quartermaster would have locked the door, or at least placed a guard, wouldn't he? That was just the start. Nothing goes right for me. And the latest thing, the one that got me here. Don't want to talk about it.
What do you guys say? I'm leaning towards the professional. Although her voice is like a little bit too much like freshen up your drink, governor. A bit too much like that. But the other two are trying a bit too hard to be roughnecks. You like the cutthroat? That would have been my second choice. Yes, the Asian Scotswoman. Asian Cockney accent is that.
I watched the world die. 8,000 years of defiance gone in an eye blink.
Just another day in the Imperial Guard. Only, I'm not even part of the Guard any longer. Not since that business with the Commissar.
Let's narrow it down.
I watched the world
Cutthroat
die.
or professional? What do you guys
8,000
think?
years of defiance gone
Can I
in an eye
silence
blink.
you? Oh, okay. I just advanced, so I don't have to keep hearing the speeches. Another demo man from TF2. So we'll go cutthroat. We'll go with Lazy's pick. Cut, but is your choice. I like cut as well.
I watched the world.
Oh, you just hit A
what's
again. The silence. Okay, good to know. Cutthroat fits as well. The professional does sound a bit too much like fresh up your drink, governor. That's all I could think about when I was listening to her. My sentence. Yeah, so this is a bit like the Suicide Squad, where you're rejects in the Imperium, and formerly, you know, from a penal colony, and then you're given a second chance, but you have to do all the dirty work, all the suicide missions. Dereliction of duty, insubordination, maybe insubordination, misplaced faith, sedition. I chose sedition for my first character, so I'll go insubordination. Sedition! I already did sedition. I'll probably be playing my first character after I go through the prologue with this one. Just want to show you guys all the early bits. Give you guys the tour, right? The grand tour. See what randomized names they give me. Baratil, Ankara, Eglantia, Kriemhilde, Callista, Josia, Iris, Amelia, Yvette, Kirsten, Guinevere, Aurelia. Some of these names are not bad. I wonder if I could just name multiple characters in McClintock. Probably not. That'd be like names already in use, right? But maybe they don't care. You know, I'll go Mac 1. There we go. Oh, it's invalid. Minimum of 3 characters and only use. Oh, okay. So they do a little check there. Makes sense. Let's try McClintock. They're probably gonna do a duplicate name thing. Oh no, they don't care. Okay, fine. They wouldn't allow Mac 1. I wanted to. Oh, damn it. Oh, Mac 1? Yeah, I could do it like that. Let's try. Let's try. Let's see. Let's cancel. Oh, the Mac Uno. There we go. Confirm play prologue. It's probably gonna make it easier on myself. When I'm looking at my character selection, not everyone's called McClintock. Smite all who oppose the Emperor. Become vengeance. Is that like a Batman line? Macalina? I missed that.
Prisoners all secure, man.
Macalina.
I'll check for myself if you don't mind.
Of course, ma'am.
She's only the true Mac.
But do be wary. Every one of them's a filthy heretic.
I mean,
That one certainly
only
is.
good heretic is a filthy heretic, right?
Keep him intact. No accidents. My master wants to interrogate him as soon as we reach the hive.
Of course, ma'am. Upon my life.
This one, however,
Makes you wonder why we even bother shipping trash like that. Save a lot of data slate work just to process the execution notice now.
what do you say, criminal? Shall I put you out of your misery?
And ours, you would.
Be quiet. Well? Nothing to say?
This is a mistake. I am a loyal servant of the throne.
But of course, I'll just let you out now then.
Shame you'll never get to prove that.
I like his cyber eye.
Rhino Terror, we're boarded!
Counterfire now!
Floating head? That's probably a servitor.
Come with us, brother. We have a way out. What do we do about that one?
Nothing. The Poxers will be here to feed soon enough.
The Poxers.
Heretics everywhere.
So I'm in a small little tunnel. I still can't hit 60 FPS.
I'll kill every last Karkin one.
How's the volume, guys? Good? Bad? Too loud? Let me know, please. That thing running looks like me. Tactical shovel. Volume's good? Alright. It's good, bro. Thank you. Let's keep going.
Poxwalker. Revolting.
Ooh. That's a good shovel. Nice and sharp. Oh shit. Oh shit. I got hit, bastard. Well, so far, yeah, it's oozing Warhammer 40k grimness. The grim dark is strong.
I survived Cadia. I will survive this.
I need arms and response teams in the Block 87 Bay area. Bless this throne, there's no end to them.
A flashlight, don't I? Oh, no, I don't. I get that later. Ooh! Lots of decapitations in this game. Oh shit. I got something for you.
For Creed.
Where are my carking reinforcements? Security stations are overrun. We'll have to hold them in prisoner containment.
We got a button to push. Security door. You'd be surprised how well these entrenchment tools cut. Nar, both her health and posture bars were so low. You talk about you talk about butterfly. I was kind of had to think for a moment there. Yeah, I kind of brute force my way through the butterfly fight, kids. I ended up taking the strategy of just like constant pressure on her, like just like constantly making sure to take a swing at her, not letting her do her game plan. Oh, she's dead. They do the haze from the fire pretty well. I like it. Oh, no customers. Make sure to take the higher ground here. Still alive, eh?
Elevator looks operational. Has to be a way off this ship somewhere.
It's a Black Friday shit. Look at those zombies trying to get your goods. Don't let those butt sniffers take your shovel. Oh, not to worry, I still got my shovel. Put the shovel into my back
Great.
pocket.
You come for blood too, criminal?
Unfortunately, Rex, Tyrant, that's not in the script.
You said you were a loyal servant of the throne.
I did.
Do it. Take a shot. Do it.
Then prove it.
Yeehaw. Dead, right? Oh, she got on. Take it up behind the ball.
Storm Raptor! Urgent extraction requested! The traitors have overrun the ship! Confirmed. Storm Raptor inbound.
I'm giving you a chance. Cross me and you're dead. You understand, criminal?
I live to serve.
Yeah, huh?
Nothing's changed.
Pew pew.
Storm Raptor to Zola. Coming in hot. Get to the database.
Understood.
I have no stamina. That's right, line up. Line up so you know, shoot you on the head.
You're actually not bad at this.
Copy that.
Very obvious looking at a stamina bar.
Come on!
Bam. Push the Storm Raptor. I took him shot in the nuts sometimes. That's the way to do it. Push it. Flanked almost. Whew, sweet. This gun's very satisfying to shoot. That's it. Oh damn. Very satisfying, this las gun.
Great.
Let's give them a welcome they won't survive.
Water. Shoot my teammate for a bit there.
Die fighting, agree?
Aye, and they die screaming.
Left, let's see. Getting dirty. What orcs
Sophie,
in the lore can't
you done
die?
any time
I don't remember
soon?
which ones it
They're alive
was.
up there. Guidance is useless, so it
I don't know either. Immortal orcs? That's not good.
Well, you coming or not? You helped me. Maybe I can help you. No promises. You'll probably wind up dead.
I was dead anyway.
Very poetic. Just don't tell anyone I let an escaped prisoner save my life. Or you'll be more than dead.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Rest not whilst abominations stir. Looking no atonement for treachery. Aboard the Xenos. War is the only diplomacy.
Welcome to the morning.
And here we are,
Inquisitor Grendel's
the hub.
void ship, and you're home from now until you're no longer of use to us. Report to the Strategium at once, and don't make me regret sparing your life.
I love these giant cathedral spaceships in Warhammer 40k. And yes, the music so far has been excellent. Very epic and over the top. Okay, so gone through all the prologue bits now with the second character. I am going to switch back to my first one. Change operative. I'm just like another maybe 15 minutes ahead on this other character. You like my facial hair? Death is a craft. Practice it well. Honor your war gear as you would the Emperor. Destroy the heretic. Hatred is an irresistible force. Man, they wonder how many megabytes of quotes they have for the loading screens. Oh damn.
So now you know what's at stake.
I was inside the big boy here.
Really thinks you have what it takes. And as you've come through all that unscathed, Tertium shouldn't hold too many terrors for you. Report to the mission terminal for your first assignment.
Mac 1 to never be seen again. Mac 1 will, you know, she'll be back. She'll be back. 440k. You like being inside the big boys, aren't you? All right. So with this character, I've already done the additional tutorials in one of the rooms on this base. So now I'm pretty much ready for my very first like group mission. Oh, I need trust level 11. Okay. So this class is a bit more close range than the Mach 1 class. So Preacher, yeah. Let's get into mission because it's all about unlocking stuff.
I'm not impressed.
Hopefully the
Not one
matchmaking
bit.
is up to snuff. Let's see. Okay, Tertium Hive, Atoma Prime, global condition alert, new war zone conditions in this amount of time. We have, okay, we can do quick play or we're going to specifically find on the missions. Let's just go in order, right? This is espionage mission. This is assassination. I hear the assassination mission is a bit difficult. Another espionage, and then we got one down here called a raid. That sounds a bit heftier. Let's do Jesus. Let's do the strike. The heretics are poisoning Tertium's water. Get into the silo and restore a clean water supply. X to play. Looking for a strike team. Pretty cool. Somebody play with me. McClintock is Mach 1's older cousin. Oh, you know the lore, don't you, lazy? This seditious punk. Yes, this is the seditionist. Quite right, you are. Oh, look at that. Matchmaking's pretty quick, as it should be. Oh shoot, I gotta do one of these Windows Defender firewall permissions. There you go. How do you ready up here? There we go. Look at us, bare bones, or this ragtag, a bunch of bare bones. Newbies.
They're working out of one of the silos and the poison's spreading from there. Once you reach the silo, you can fix this mess and get the water flowing again.
The Ogren is huge, isn't he? The Ogren looks very generic. I wonder if it's a bot. I'm not even sure if they have bots that fill in empty slots on teams. Wouldn't be surprised. Your axe is more than that dude's knife.
The whole city of pipes.
It's not great, but it's the best Tertium has. That's worth something.
No, my beloved. I don't think anyone is enforcing the law here. You're too high up right now. You'll find an elevator in the water cartel headquarters.
Oh, I start with a gun.
We shall prove our faith this day.
He's got this before. You got Frank Salad. That's super braggy.
That's the rage, you did.
Laggy.
A present from my beloved.
Got him. No more ranger.
Yes, beloved. They're charging.
Oh shit, it's gonna blow.
You're in cover. Pick your shots.
What you got there, big boy?
Ammo!
trophies over
In
there.
the head then. Should be a word for that. In the master's name!
Oh shit. From behind. Got a lot of guys coming behind. Is the way?
We'll all be trapped down there. Grenade!
Help you with grenades. Can't seem to pick them up though. That's weird.
I never knew a dream could smell so bad or sound so loud. Like I keep telling you,
Kick on this gun is
asleep.
that takes me getting used to.
Cartel HQ. It's been bad days, but who hasn't? Ammunition! Praise the master of mankind!
Yeah, as you can see, there's no pausing because it's
an apothecary
online game. So sorry I'm missing a lot of chat. I'll try to take a peek every so often.
Can't get in through the main gate.
I assume we can all get a pull from the medical station. Not just like a limited use thing.
The master of mankind stands ready! The barrel's gonna explode!
Oh shit. That was not good.
Might be creepy.
So which way, guys? I've played so far. Maybe show me the way.
Oh, she loves my beloved, so she's probably alright. I'm going to hurt you! Now that is why we keep an ogre around!
Johnny Heretics! Crunch them all!
Get clear of the barrel!
Oh shit. I had enough toughness at least to absorb most of that blast. Oh, what do we got here? Close the door. Nothing?
Don't we all? Look out for that barrel!
No good comes of questioning.
Oh, another freaking barrel?
The master approaches! We cannot climb back up!
Oh, Jesus. Why did you hit that? Axe to death.
Just what I needed.
There is supposed to be some finesse to the melee system, although in what I've played of this and Vermintide, it does seem very spammy. Apparently it's all about the dodging.
Not laughing now!
You asked this, you did! Oh dear, the barrel!
Empty!
Oh.
Got me some ammo!
You were gonna shoot? Were you?
We killed the
Oh, he's dead
mutie!
already. That's fast. I love the sneaky racial slur that they slid in. Like they were slick or something.
Medicaid station!
Well, I missed. What was the term they used there, Tyrant? Oh yeah. Probably missed it in the heat of the battle.
Medicaid station!
They already know. This gun could have a little less recoil.
Blessed master! Don't we need ammunition! Shoot that buster!
Box burster burst!
Damn it, it's too late with the grenade. What's this here?
Oh, ammunition! Lucky me!
Ammo!
Get the elevator moving and be ready to defend yourselves!
Gotta make sure to shoot that exploding barrel. Get close.
Shooting me, psycho!
Oh, who's shooting? There's a sniper there, eh? Where's this? Get cover. Go rush the sniper.
No need for fancy shots! Grenade up! Secret ammunition! I'm spent!
This looks bad. Feels
I'm
worse.
spent.
Fix yourself, Bob. No one likes a lie down.
I gotta be careful, I'm out of position here.
That's it. More of them! Crush them! They're in cover!
We need some more ammo.
Nice. My shot is spent!
Finally, get the sniper.
We are winning!
The ammo box still there? No, it's gone.
Get down to the bazaar while you can!
Alright, off we go.
The enforcers failed in their
Teammate,
duty here. They shall be
actually
judged
applauding
as surely as the heretics.
Lord Margrave has
Oh, what the
never
hell's going
cared
on
for those
here?
he can't see. The blindness of rank.
If you say so.
We're just doing the weapon swapping dance.
Explain to me this Indomitus crusade, yes?
It's a war, brute. The biggest war imaginable. And my beloved isn't sure we're going to win. Lord Guliman hath appointed 10 fleet masters to control the Grand Muster. Their power is great, Their reach vast! The silo's not far beyond the bazaar. Move it!
Go through this door then.
You hide, we seek. In the head, you're worth that. Hey.
Being destroyed right now.
I break heretics in half. Yes.
That will make a terrible mess. How thrilling! Medicaid, at last!
Ah, nice.
Station.
I need it. Where to?
Hello. This correct direction.
That Ogren kind of annoyed me there. Because I charged up my next melee attack and then he knocked down the guy I was gonna hit. Oh shit.
Have a grenade, heretics!
Nice. Oh, yeah, I'll save my grenade then.
You need this ammunition, sweet brute.
What the hell?
Got me some ammo.
Rejoice! The bomber is dead!
Where was that bomber hiding anyway? Oh, what?
You should probably get up, I cannot move! If you like. I am not deceived by thy seeming friendship.
What's the counter to that attack? Where he just
Stay
throws
alert!
the
Not
head
out
on
of
you.
this yet!
Charging! Good shot.
I'm not afraid of you!
Which?
Oh, nice shot. Thanks for the fart.
No return this way.
I'm going to hurt you!
What's the size?
Master! See my deeds!
Oh, what the hell is happening?
Grenade!
That pilot's a character, isn't she? Needs a good dose of discipline. Some vile beast gathered!
You're a dog.
House dead.
How can anyone in the world know where they're going? It all looks the same. The game has a distinct problem. Your teammates keep blocking your shots. The Ogren it's a real meat shield, for better or worse. Are you sure we go this way? How the hell did I... This doesn't seem right. We're going through this tunnel, don't we? Well, we gotta stick together.
I would rather this entire accursed world burn than one heretic survive. This way! In the head there really should be a word for that. Just a little further.
Spraying and praying.
Following your lead. Med station, heal up.
I only need a little bit of healing.
Smile!
Oh, there's something over here.
Medipack!
I'll grab it. Oh. Not this way then?
Okay, let's get it done. Crash the system and drive out the demon. Get the water flowing again. Beware! Sniper! Give that demon a kicking. Destroy the demonic growth. I am thy judgment, heretics! Master! See my deeds! I see!
Oh, I thought you were still alive.
That's one dead. There'll be more. Reloading. Striking armor! Desist!
What's over here?
One last nasty to take care.
Maybe crouch, get over there. What's going on?
Fast this, you did!
Erotic, yeah. Little,
Forward grenade!
Who farted? In the middle of a pitched battle here.
Almost there! We need ground we can defend! We have slain the Ranger! By the might, the trapper is dead!
I'll help if you want.
You are diligent.
What's over here? that switch. Oh, it's dead. Very low health. Grenade exploder.
Feels worse.
Yes, beloved, they should heal.
Creature is slain!
The system purge.
A valiant shot!
Oh hey, Kirby.
Walker's ready to blow!
Rookie, welcome in. Very low right now.
Repent! Repent! The flesh falters. Get
Got him?
off, psycho! I'll injure myself. You're helping me.
Make it?
Now take the pressure off tertiary water supply. Good work. Extraction authorized. Big on for my dream.
Put your back. The auger really gets in the way. Stop running, guys. I don't have enough stamina. I feel like I'm Seabass Columbo. Make it. Hey, we made it. Oh, this is not the exit. Where is it? Yeah, it is. Nice. How do we do? How do we do? Ordo dockets. Doubt not thy strength whilst faith prevails. Hope is superfluous. You need understand nothing to do your duty. Duty is vital, understanding is not. TLDR, do as you're told. Don't question it.
Enemy resistance in the hive is chewing holes in the warband. We're losing trained veterans. And what do I get to replace them with? Dirtbag raw recruits like you. So here's a chance to impress me. You need to give us your best on every damn mission. You understand? I'll be watching you, Acolyte. What does your best look like?
Harsh. You're starting to make a name for yourself. Reach trust level 8. What is my trust level the same as character level? What's the deal here? Oh, I'm still stuck with the same. I don't get a choice of weapons or anything. Man. Oh, Let me just catch one chat for a bit. Yeah, I had to just focus on being a team player, and not as much time to pause and chat like I usually do. I even missed it when Kirby dropped in. Kirby was the one getting with the fart redeems with Tyrant. Little did I know. Crystal Shards is my absolute favorite. Okay. No offense, but I think this whole Suicide Squad would have been dead without the plot armor. The plot armor. We were just slightly outnumbered throughout that whole mission, weren't we? Just slightly. Oh damn, I totally missed Kirby redeeming Shout It Out. That's a shame. I wish I could have done it when he was actually here. I didn't even get a chance to ask him who he wanted to shout out. Do I actually have... Let me just do a quick check here. No, he's not on my board, unfortunately. Well, in honor of Green Kirby, who is just in chat. Clusterfuck. As the game looks pretty fun. Yeah, it's pretty fun, Ricky. It is a little spammy, but once you get into the higher difficulties, teamwork is critical, and you need to learn like some little tricks with like how the melee system works. There's a dodge move that you can do. And then you have a block, and a shove. Some characters can do an attack after shoving people back. And there's different weapons you can unlock as well. So there is some depth to it. His team keeps blocking him. You need more trust to get more gear. Yeah, very low trust. So it's definitely very different from Vermintide, where you just play the first mission and they just start throwing stuff onto your lap. So this is very much more of the slower grind. Mac, I'm tired. I love you, bro. Have a good night. Hey, no worries, Tyrant. I know you've been working a lot, and you stream late into the night too, so have yourself a restful evening. Yeah, take care of yourself, and yeah, we'll chat again during the weekend. Armor exchange. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Is it a Bethesda game? No, this is from Fat Shark. I don't know who the publisher is. Who is the publisher? Yeah, Fat Shark is more of like, I don't know if you call them an indie studio. They're a smaller company. But freaking hell. It's not Bethesda though, I'm pretty sure. Which one of my humble services do you require? Requisition weapons and curios. So I have 2120 of the soft currency. Oh, so I can't just straight up buy a weapon for myself. I really do not like the machine, like the SMG that I was using in the last mission. Like, I guess it's the auto pistol. Do I have an auto pistol right now? Let's take a look. Yeah, it's the MK3 Shredder auto pistol. Massive recoil on that thing. Once you do the left trigger to kind of aim down sights, you kind of turn it sideways like a gangster. The recoil is a lot better. Weirdly enough. Yeah, well, why don't I just get the last gun felt really good when I was playing the prologue with the sharpshooter. This one's quite a bit better, it looks like. Oh, ammo capacity. The rating is like 1 point higher. Better mobility, less stopping power. This one has more damage, actually. Yeah, I don't know. I guess damage reigns supreme. Damage and stopping power. Okay, let's go for this one then. It's cheaper. Is it because of mobility? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna buy it.
Purchase approved.
The guy's like a max headroom or something. So now I can equip it. Yeah. Yeah, there's a while yet before I get any like new cosmetics, I bet. Games Workshop. Games Workshop is the license holder. Like they make the tabletop games and they own the IP for sure. But in terms of who's publishing like this video game, I'm not quite sure. I need more trust. I feel like I only got 20 minutes left in my stream, but I feel like I could bang out one more mission. It's pretty fun. I do want to turn down the detail level. What's this? Penances? Oh, my objectives, my daily objectives and all that jazz. There's a lot to go through here. No. Yeah, I feel like the frame rate is not bad. As it stays, like the lowest it goes is maybe like 40 something frames per second, but it's just so inconsistent, so it's very herky-jerky, which is a problem. I use my mouse here because the controller has a problem in these menus. I could try super performance, like ultra performance here. See if that helps anything. Yeah, let's try that. Citadel Miniatures. Oh, I haven't heard that name for a while. All right, so I did just do. Did I do this mission already? I feel like it did. They switched up the missions. I did the strike. I did this one just now, so I can do this espionage one. What's this one down here? The bars, I guess, is the difficulty level, so I should probably stick with the 1 bar missions since I'm still a noob. Let's try espionage. Upload some inaccurate recon data to the Heretics cogitator array down in the torrent. Anyway, Ricky, how's it been? How's your weekend been? I guess it's just Friday, but you were doing some work. You said you were gonna do some work last night near the end of my stream, and you're gonna listen to some podcasts or something while working. How's your work going? Hope you're able to get some stuff done.
Right, we're looking at feeding the Heretics some bad intel via the cogitator array out in the torrent. Take your servo scopes and track the cipher idents down. Once she has them, you can get inside. Get the data uploaded and get back here as soon as you can. There's always more work to do.
Heads down! Sniper!
I'm just right into it now, aren't I?
Reloading! Cover me! Kill this
Oh, it is.
We shall try!
Oh.
When this war is concluded, Atonement must be restored to glory. Let's get on with winning the war before spinning fantasies.
It's already spinning out of control here.
Rise, Ogrin! Prove thyself!
I need a hand!
Holy shit.
Precision fire!
Not dead.
On your feet, Ogrin! Work to do.
I just like start way in the middle of a mission that's going sideways. Jeez. Do some healing already.
Good readings to the bomber.
Use like grenades.
'Tis disheartening to see the Emperor's works in such decay. Don't go swimming in that lot, comrades. It won't end well.
Cover here.
First the water cartel, now the heretics. Probably doesn't change much for the traitors.
Run.
To the stairs in the field! Run up! Slay it!
You get
Good fella.
Ugh. Oh, where am I going? Almost dead.
Sister Zola showeth a sincerity sadly lacking in many of the Master's followers. Aye! I'll have you know I'm as devout as they come! Always have been!
Put faith in big gun and strong arm.
How goes your faith? Shaken. Slightly shaken right now. I'm almost dead. Use a medical station. No. This dude's grabbing everything.
Grenade! Grenade!
I got enough. I have full up on grenades.
This is our path.
Reloading's kind of slow. Yes, not quite fast enough.
Look out! Exploding barrels!
You're welcome.
I'm bleeding! How dare they!
Still strong enough to complain.
Medicaid station!
Oh. Lovely.
A touch of healing. Too much dulls my fervor.
Joe is just working while listening to Joe Rogan's podcast in the morning. What did old Joe get up to? Who was he interviewing, or who was his co-host on the episode you were listening to yesterday? Excuse me?
Barrel's going! Get down!
Did I do that?
Ammo!
Right, let's get that time right then and get this done.
Here's the ammo, my friend. Sorry, taken.
Hadron, commencing Auspex sweep. Do not stray.
I need ammunition!
Low on ammo.
Cease thy hoarding of the ammunition! Thou really art a lummox,
Here comes the
Slab.
music. Ammo.
Truly? I must say, I find that surprising.
I'm opening up hidden depths. Everybody says so.
Ammo!
Oh, sorry, I'm in your way.
From pocket. Point it at things until it goes green. Even you can do that.
I knew it. I knew the big guy.
Side fight.
Oh, Thrawn! That's the big beauty kill! Ranger gunner! Oh, Templar! Here is ammunition!
Oh shit.
Quick, shotgunner!
What the hell? Help.
The hound! The hound!
Thank you.
I've got things.
Oh. That's my chance. What is this? Great. Really, I should be killing more people.
Target's done! Top flamer!
What do you got there?
Master! See my deeds! I hear a beast! Thou art a blunderer, forever in the way! Bomber, find cover! The bomber falls to righteous might.
Just being hit from all corners. Alright.
Yo! Straight shot on it!
Faster. Oh.
Someone else answering. I shall redeem thee!
Until analyzed, much like yourselves. Upload at once. You're getting slower, efficient, but have the cipher item.
Hey, the gunner! Beware! Sniper! Ready and kill shots! Oh, cover! In the master's name! Right, get out of here before the next lot arrives. Here we go! I fear our pilot is not the pillar of faith these times require.
Never knock the pilot, unless you want the crash.
Maybe I'd better familiarize myself with the storm raptor.
Oh, seriously, Derek? That sucks. Welcome back. These missions are pretty intense.
Strive always to do the master's bidding, imbeciles. I see thee, fire dragon! Need Medicaid! Right, no good to us then.
Dropping down from the ceiling. Smacking.
We could take this fortress if we demand, but it's better to use it against them.
Stop shooting me,
Freaking
Senate!
ogre is so big, getting away so often.
The trapper's treachery is repaid! I'll help you! Plague Orbit! Plague Orbit!
Oh, come on, seriously? You knocked me off. Help!
Help! Coming for you, priest!
You.
It's down! Oh, this fighting thing won't die! Your flames are... Trying to do... End that thing! Canvas your sin!
There we go. That's what I wanted to do.
Christ throne! No more ammo! Please tell me the fragging thing's dead!
Oh, I'm out of ammo. Use all on the big boy.
When the next skirmish starts, you follow my lead, like soldiers, got it?
Yes, boss. Whatever you want. Hey, boss, ammo, come on.
Oh, nice. So I'm gonna grab it. Damn it.
Do not approach!
Damn it.
Grenado!
Press.
Grenade!
Oh, I think I missed. Nice.
Convert or die!
Get some ammo, looks like.
Close quarters must serve me now!
Barely. So, where next? It's a big boy. The big boy is always getting in the way.
Safety in numbers, folks. Group up.
Got a med station.
Medicaid station! Nice! Oh, yes, that's a good find.
You guys are always grabbing all the ammo. Good.
Here we are. Put the cipher ident to work.
Insert a cipher.
Get those security stacks disabled.
Got something big coming up. Oh shit.
I shall redeem thee! All
There we
corrupt
go.
flesh must be purged!
Oh my goodness.
Fire drag extinguished! A bother!
No ammo, guys.
Hey, shout, get your ammo.
I want to get two separated.
I have located a data retrieval site.
Far behind the group now.
Here, shout, ammo.
Let's please save some ammo for me.
Data inbound. Continue. Defend.
Oh, grabbed it.
Here we
Hey,
go!
there's no ammo. I guess I'm gonna mix it up.
Connection failure. Error. Error. Investigate. Redress.
Engaging critical target!
Oh, I see. Oh, damn. Okay, almost there. Almost there.
Data link back online. You are not a complete failure. Well done, I suppose.
Eliminating alpha target! Beware! Mutated hound! Come on, someone get it moving! Master, grant me strength!
Look out! Exploding barrel.
Oh, great.
I can only imagine you attempted
health is doing okay. Everyone's health is actually not too bad.
For the master of mankind!
Indomitus Crusade is good thing, no?
He's preaching big news! Don't you pay any attention!
Ooh, 12
Lord
rounds.
Guilliman hath appointed 10 fleet masters to control the Grand Muster. Their power is great, their reach vast.
Serpent, welcome in. How's it going? Oh, nice.
Restore the
That's a
integrity
wicked
of the function.
special ability that guy has.
Bomber's running. The bomber has cover me! Open up! Soldier needs cover! Gather 350 bomber!
How to get back up there? Oh my god.
Master Grunt!
Oh my god. How do I get up from the ledge? Are you serious?
You have somehow succeeded in solving the
I'm out of the fight now because I'm hanging off the ledge here. Can I call for help?
Enemy spotted!
Oh my god.
Reconnect. Retry. Resume.
Oh, it's brutal. Like, hang off the ledge. You shouldn't just rely on a teammate to help you up, right? Oh, I see. I'm just like bound.
I can only imagine.
Well, yeah, if you're just playing a rando, nobody's gonna freaking rescue you.
But it is now working.
It's crazy you can't just play this. I know. They're just really hammering home, okay, you gotta work together, but that's a bit too extreme. Like, at least force me to jam on the button for a minute or something, 30 seconds. Make the animation to crawl back up from the ledge really slow. But yeah, don't. Because basically, if you're playing with randos, you're basically screwed. Oh, is this guy coming for? Oh, the guy's going for the fucking egg. They're going for the exit. Oh, this blows my neck. I'm the only one who's not gonna extract.
Bomber! Get to cover!
Thanks for rescuing me, guys. I guess in the mission plot, I still technically made it. Shoulders hurting a little. Been sitting down for a long time. And I'm old, yes. Ooh, Devil's Claw Sword. I like the look of that. A small mind is a tidy mind. Life is measured not in years, but by the deeds of the faithful. I'm out of water, aren't I? Yep. Fear not obliteration, for it awaits us all. All hail the Emperor of Mankind. Yeah, jerks. They just leave you? Well, I mean, nobody rescued me, but I mean, I believe I still get mission rewards and all that jazz. I probably get if there's a score. I didn't notice any kind of score individually. I probably get penalized for not extracting with the whole team, but I still got shit, looks like. I still got some stuff, I think. Yeah, see, I got this Devil's Claw sword. Numbers are going higher. Ooh, very nice. I think the key weapon for this class, the Zealot Preacher, is the Eviscerator, which is essentially the chain sword. The chainsaw sword. So that's gonna be nice to unlock or buy. Maybe I can buy it. Where's the guy? Where's the guy again? No, he's over here. Is he not? There's the shopkeeper. Where was he again? Is there a map? There's no map of this place. Anyway. Oh, wait. I still don't have enough trust. Oh. Damn it. Anyway, we've come to the end of the stream. It was, well, I mean, I had fun playing this, although I apologize for not paying as much attention to chat, just because it's online, playing with the group, and I can't really stop to look through chat. As soon as I stop, the group just runs ahead of me, and I'm missing out on the action. So that's definitely a downside of playing this game on the stream. I'm just more focused on the game. Serpent, if you're still around, good to see you. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good night. Sorry I wasn't able to chit chat or welcome you properly when you arrived. Mac doesn't love us. That's not true. That is so not true. But it was definitely hard, even to keep one eye on chat to see what was being said, not necessarily to respond. It was tricky. It's probably a skill that I can work on. Well, that's Darktide. I'll probably try to stream this some more. Priority is the Evil Within. Gotta finish that damn game. I'm tempted to just play a bit of the Evil Within off stream. We'll see. Is there a voice chat option in game so you can bellow for help from the ledge? Yeah, there is. I have the voice chat set to mute, but there's you can turn it so it's always on, or you can do push to talk. I think I could try push to talk next time. Obviously, I don't want to have it always on, or else people are just gonna be hearing me yammer into my stream non-stop, and that's very obnoxious. I'll join Matt so I can protect our Lord Mac 1. Lazy, if you actually bought the game tonight, yeah, let's hook up and play. And if you want to join with me on the next stream when I play this, that'd be awesome. That would be fantastic. But I'll definitely be playing more of this over the weekend. So if you want to hook up and play some over the weekend, Lazy, give me a shout, and we'll friend up on Steam and all that stuff. Yeah. By the way, I heard it's coming out on Game Pass, but that won't be until the 30th. And I'm not confident that they'll allow crossplay between the Steam version and the Game Pass version. Normally, they don't allow that. They treat it as an entirely different SKU, right? So, Lazy Necromar, it is downloaded. Hopefully, it runs for me. Yeah, I hope so too. It's a big download. It's okay. It's like 40 to 50 gigs, but the optimization could use some work. That is for sure. You're gonna have to make some sacrifices, obviously. I mean, if I could just quickly go back to the game. Right quick here. Use the mouse. So for me, I have to be able to run my game at 1440p, otherwise it looks weird, you know, when you downscale the resolution. Borderless full screen, I turn off VSync. Turn on DLSS, of course. I switched it to ultra performance. I didn't really notice a huge difference between regular performance and ultra performance. But there's all the usual jazz. Like I turn off ray tracing. And the game still looks really good for me. Everything I left high. There's something like fog quality. I just started to tone down. I always turn off depth of field. And what else I got here? A lot of stuff I left on high. Ragdolls I turned down just a slight bit. No motion blur. No motion blur. There was no shadows thing. I usually turn shadows to low or medium, but I think that's more the light quality perhaps. Anyway, I'll do some tuning, but it runs okay, but it's a little high for this type of game, that's for sure. Yeah, it's a little high. My PC is poo-poo. Well, play through the prologue, Lazy. Play through the prologue, play through the couple training missions that you get once you reach the hub. And if you find the frame rate is like pretty iffy, even after turning things down to like low, because I heard even on low detail it's not super good. I'll just run at Minecraft pixels. Yeah, see how good it looks on lowest details. If it looks acceptable, then yeah, go for it. But yeah, if it doesn't run well, there's no harm in refunding it and waiting until like they patch it up. And once you know that's patched up and running better, you can buy it again, right? But you never can tell if the devs are gonna put in the work to optimize. Actually, let me quit the game because it's constantly playing in the background. Let me just quit out. Okay. Quitting, and then yeah, just close off the night. Let's just see if there's someone we can raid per usual. No, I will accept the struggle. Hey, you know what, I spent years and years on a potato PC. You know, just playing games on the lowest possible detail. You get used to it, and honestly, even if you play a game at really high details, like after 10 minutes the prettiness all fades away. You just focus on playing the game, right? As long as the game runs well, it doesn't crash, then you're pretty much good. Huh, well, let's see. Let's find some other people playing this game. It makes it easy. Because, yeah, let's do that. Categories. Where's the Darktide? Wait. It's weird. I thought I would have had Darktide saved. Okay. Alrighty, and there's tons and tons of people playing this game right now. Find somebody with like someone running a camera. Oh, here we go. This guy looks promising. Sagir Auditum is playing Darktide, and yeah, let's go pay him a visit. I have no idea who it is, so it's just like random raid. And no follower, only chat. Looks good. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna queue it up. Thanks everyone for sticking around. I ran a little bit later tonight just to get in that last mission. And yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and hope you can join me again next Tuesday when I'm back on The Evil Within. Lazy, good luck on getting Darktide running on your PC. Hope we can hook up for some co-op. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Feel free to drop the Mac 1 once we hit Sagir Auditum stream. And yeah, I'll see you guys over there. See ya. Have a good night. Bye-bye.